Good morning all of you. We are doing chapter number 2, work energy power. We have completed exercise number 2a, where we have learned about work, units of work, and energy and units of energy. In 2b we have learned about mechanical energy, its different forms, kinetic energy and potential energy, and conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy, conversion of energies and different forms of energy. And we have completed the exercise number 2b also. Today we will start from 2c, energy sources and production of electricity. So what are the different types of energy sources and how electricity is produced by using different types of energy. Okay, now sources of energy. What are the sources of energy which we have got? We require energy in our life everywhere, from cooking food, from seeing television, from doing any work, from traveling from one place to another. We need energy. That means we can't live without energy. We can't live without food, because food we will cook with the use of energy. So what are the characteristics of an energy source? A source of energy should be such that it can provide an adequate amount. That means it is available in a lots of amount, and it should be available easily, convenient to use, economical and easy to store and transport. These are the characteristics. This should be the characteristics of a good energy. That means it would be available easily from anywhere. We can buy it or we can get it. It would be easy to store also. Now, classification of sources of energy. There are two classifications. One is renewable or non-conventional energy, and another one is non-renewable or conventional energy source. So what is renewable source of energy? The energy that we will get continuously. The natural source providing us energy continuously is called a renewable source. That means the energy which we will get continuously without any break is known as renewable source. Suppose such that the sun, the wind, the water, the ocean, these are the renewable sources of energy which we don't create. The nature has created. Okay, some of the energies are also that nature has created, but it would be vanish in a very short time. But these types of energy will not get vanish, will not be finished. It will not get exhaust through a long time. Now, sun as the source of energy. Sun is the main source of energy on the earth. As we know, sun, without sun we can't live on the earth. We can get solar energy from there. So from the solar energy, how we will get solar energy? Last day only we have learned that by using the solar panels we will take the solar energy and use it as a energy, electricity. Now, wind as a source of energy. We have the large mass of moving air is called wind energy. Due to motion, it is kinetic energy. The kinetic energy of the wind is called the wind energy. How we will use? We will use this wind energy in the windmill for rotating the blades, and by rotating the blades we will rotate the turbine. From there the turbine will get the electrical energy or the mechanical energy. Now, flowing water as a source of energy. Flowing water, the kinetic energy produced by the flowing water is called the hydro energy. From where we will get? From the dams. By building big dams, when the water falls from the very high position, and it will rotate the turbines, blades of the turbines, and then the turbine will rotate, and then the blade will rotate the turbine. From there we will get the electrical energy. Now number 4, biomass as a source of energy. The waste of dead parts of the living beings like plants, trees and animals is called biomass. They contain carbon compound. The chemical energy stored in the biomass is called the bioenergy. Suppose that the waste of the animals, that means cow dungs, we are using as a biomass, and from there we get the biogas, which have 65% of methane, and as we know that methane has the capacity to burn, and there we will get the biogas, and biogas is used to burn and get the heat energy. Now tides as the source of energy. The rise of ocean water near the coast is high tide, and fall of ocean water is called the low tide. These rise and fall of tidal waves occurs twice a day. That means high tide and low tide, they happens twice in a day. We can use that energy. The energy possessed by rising and falling of water in tides is known as tidal energy. We can use that energy for rotating the turbines here also. Okay, now number 6, ocean as source of energy. Water in the ocean possesses energy in two forms: ocean thermal energy and oceanic waves energy, which we have read here. Okay, ocean thermal energy. Water at the surface of the ocean gets heated by absorbing the heat of the sun, while water at the deeper level remains cold. That means the energy available due to the difference in temperature of the water at the surface and at the deeper level of the earth are called the ocean thermal energy. So ocean thermal energy is harnessed for the producing electricity by a device called Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion Plant, OCTE power plant. There we can transfer this ocean thermal energy into electrical energy. Now oceanic waves. The kinetic energy possessed by such fast moving oceanic waves is called oceanic wave. This energy also comes indirectly from the sun. Now number 7, geothermal spots as source of energy. The heat energy possessed by rocks inside the earth is called the geothermal energy, and which will be used to rotate the turbines to the armature of the electric generator to produce electricity. And in India only one place is there, that is Madhya Pradesh, and however in US and New Zealand there are a number of geothermal energy based power plants. Now nuclear fuel. When uranium nucleus is bombarded with a slow neutrons, it splits into nearly equal to light nuclei and a large amount of energy is released. This phenomenon is known as nuclear fission. So this energy we can get from nuclei of the uranium, and it is used in atom bombs, and it have the capacity to destroy a lots of places and lots of space on the earth. So we are not using these atom bombs. Once US has used this in the Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and we have seen the results. Okay, and this energy, nuclear energy is used in the nuclear reactors by it is controlled by the cadmium rods in a nuclear reactor. It is uncontrollable, but when we are using cadmium rod, it is controllable. Now we'll move to non-renewable sources of energy. So the sources of energy which have accumulated in nature over a very long period and cannot be quickly replaced when exhausted are called the non-renewable energy. That means the energy which will not get in a very short interval of time are known as non-renewable energy, such as coal, petroleum, natural gases. They take lots of time, millions and millions of years ago, when the plants and animals buried under the earth, they take time, so much time, millions of years, to be converted into energy source. Now coal is a non-renewable source of energy made of complex compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, along with some of the free carbons and compounds of nitrogen and sulfur. It is found very deep into the mines. In India we get it in Jharkhand, that is Chota Nagpur area, West Bengal, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, many places we will get. Now petroleum is dark colored viscous liquid, also called crude oil. When we are getting this petrol, these are very dark in color and these are very thick. They are known as crude oil. After fractional distillation of this crude oil, we get different types of oils, and these oils are known, there are different types of oils and gases we will get. Suppose that petrol, diesel, kerosene, coal tar, LPG, these all we will get from the crude oil. The process of separating useful components from the crude petrol is called the refining, which is done by fractional distillation in a big oil refinery set at for the purpose. The petroleum gas liquefied under pressure is called the liquefied petroleum gas. Now natural gas. Natural gas is also non-renewable sources of energy, which is found deep under the earth crust, and it is obtained by digging wells into the earth. And we will get this natural gas in Tripura, Jaisalmer, Krishna Kaveri, Godavari Delta, and some areas of Mumbai. Now, judicial use or conservation of energy. The fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, etc. should be used only for limited purpose, because we know that energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. It can only transfer from one form to another form. These are the laws of conservation of energy. So we have to conserve this energy for our future use. We should not waste it, we should not destroy it, because in future our next generation will also need these types of energy. Okay, now production of electricity. There are some benefits or advantages also and disadvantages also in the energy production. So solar energy, we will get the energy, solar energy, we will transfer this solar energy into electrical energy by the use of solar panels. From the solar panels we charge the battery. That means the solar energy will transfer into chemical energy. Then this chemical energy again transfer into mechanical energy, in electrical energy, and this electrical energy transfer into mechanical energy in a dynamo or the motors. Now, what are the advantages of solar panels or solar energy? They do not require any maintenance. They last over a long period of time. Their running cost is almost zero, because once it is installed, they does not require any money. Now, disadvantages of using solar panels. The limitation, initial cost of the solar panel is sufficiently high, very high. The efficiency of conservation of solar energy to electrical energy is very low. The solar panels production DC electricity which cannot be directly used for many household purposes. We are using AC current, we are not using DC current, so it will be transferred from DC to AC. Now, solar power plants. A solar power plant is a device in which heat energy of sun is used to generate electricity. So solar power plant consists of numbers of big concave reflectors at the focus of which there are black painted water pipes. That means solar power plants where we use water energy, and this water energy produce steams. From the steams the steam is used to move the piston of the turbine, and that piston will rotate the generators, and there we will get the electrical energy. And one such type of power plant is installed in Gurgaon in Haryana. Production of energy from wind, that means the energy which we will get from the wind by using windmills. The blades of the windmills were rotated by the moving wind, and these blades will rotate the turbine, and the turbine will rotate the armature of the dynamo. From there we will get the electrical energy. But it has also some advantages and it has also some limitations. What are the advantages? It does not cause any kind of air pollution. That is very good. It is an everlasting and it is renewable source of energy. So what are the limitations? The wind farm can be established only at places near the coastal areas. It cannot be placed in our city or anywhere in this country. It can only be formed in a area where the wind speed would be minimum 15 km per hour. Minimum 15 km. It should have more than that, and it requires a very large area to establish this wind farm. Okay, and it is also very expensive. Production of electricity from water, that is hydroelectric power. What are its advantages? It does not produce any environmental pollution. It is a renewable source of energy. The dams construction over rivers helps in irrigation and control of flood in rivers, but it also have limitations. The flowing water is not available everywhere. It is not available. Due to construction of dam over the river, plants and animals of that area or that place get destroyed, and it requires very large area, and ecological balance in the downstream area of the river get disturbed because they are not getting water in sufficient amount. Production of electricity from nuclear energy, which we have already read, that uranium is bombarded, and it also have some advantages and limitations. A very small amount of nuclear fuel is used to produce tremendous amount of energy. Once the nuclear fuel is loaded into the nuclear power plant, it continues to release energy over a very long period. Okay, limitation: it is not a clean source of energy because very harmful nuclear radiations are produced in this process, which are very energetic and penetrating. These radiation cause isolations and are very harmful to the human body. That is why they are situated very far from the city. Okay, the waste obtained from the nuclear power plants causes a high degree of environmental pollutions. So we have completed this exercise number 2C, and you have to do these exercises at your home and complete it. Next day we'll start from D. D means conservation of energy and energy degradations. How energy is conserved. So till then, goodbye.